Good morning, children. Children, we are again in the next class with continuation of the lesson People as a Resource. Children, in my last class, I discussed about how people of the country or human beings of our country can be converted into resource. In that, we discussed that what should be inculcated in the people of the country or population of the country so that they can be used as a resource for a country. And you know, children, very well that human resource is superior to all the resources. We discussed this in a previous class also. What we discussed? We discussed that all other factors of production like land, labor, capital, if they are there. And if human capital is not there, then all these factors of production are useless. To manage all these factors of production, human capital is very essential. Just imagine, suppose today you're seeing that coronavirus has spread throughout the world, and we are seeing that most of the countries have locked down, have been locked down. They have announced a lockdown. Can you tell me what is the reason behind that? They are suffering losses. Most of the countries, especially in our country, government is not getting any revenue. Lot of burden, economic burden is there in our country. But then also, our government is saying that for us, the priority is the human beings, the people of the country. We will bear the losses, but not at the cost of the people of the country. And due to this, lockdown is continuing in our country. So we can say that human resource is the most important resource. This is the best example that you can give. So in a previous class we discussed about that how population of the country can be converted into human resource. And the points that we discussed was when in population of the country, when in people of the country, investment in form of education, health, skill and training is being done. That population can be converted into human resource. We also discussed this and proved that human capital is the best capital with example of Sakal and Vilas. In that we discussed that Sakal, his parents invested in him. They sent him to school and due to this, what happened? Sakal as a human being was converted into human resource. The second example was example of Vilas. Vilas is also a human resource, but his parents did not invest in him in form of education and health. And that's why what happened? Vilas became the burden on family also and on country also. These things were discussed in a previous class. We also discussed that what government has done in different fields toward development of human resource. And in that we discussed about education and health, that how our government has invested in education by starting different educational schemes like Sarv Shiksha Abhiyan, Navodaya Vidyalaya, Back to Campus, bridge courses, midday meal schemes. All these things were discussed in a previous class. Then we also discussed that what steps are taken by a government to improve the health condition. And for this, our government has made a new health policy. And in this new health policy, more importance, more stress or emphasis has been given to unprivileged poor section of society and children and poor female members. And accordingly, our health policy was framed. We've also seen that a lot of development has taken place in our country in field of health services. Medical services, medical facilities has improved and due to this, death rate has been reduced in our country. Life expectancy rate has also increased. Now people are living for a long period of time. We also see that different medical colleges have been opened. The number of medical colleges have increased. But then also, do you agree that development has been done, but then also more development is required. Now also you see in the rural areas, equipped amount of medical facilities and infrastructure is not there. Still we see for getting number of the good doctors, we have to stand in a queue. We have to take appointment before weeks. Still we see that in government hospitals, good infrastructure is lacking. Good doctors are doing only private practices and they are not giving contribution in the rural areas. Still, certain diseases, medicines are not been found. Still, cancer is incurable. And the current example you can take, the corona which is at present throughout the world. Still, we are not able to find the vaccines, not also in the world. In India also we are trying. So, health facilities have been developed. We have made investment in health sector. Different medical colleges have been opened. Different infrastructure has been developed in health sector, but then also a long way we have to go. We have to make more investment in health sector also. So these things were discussed in a previous class. Once again, I have revised that government has taken many steps for more improvement, for increasing the quality of human resources. So these things we have discussed, and today we will take up with the new point that if human resources are not developed in a country, or if human beings of our country are not converted into resources, what is the reason behind it, children? The reason is unemployment. Unemployment is the main reason which is responsible for wastage of human resources in a country. Children, I think all of you must be knowing about what is unemployment. So, now let us discuss one by one with definition of unemployment. Then we will discuss the different types of unemployment. So now, what is definition of unemployment? Unemployment, if this question comes in exam, this is written in your book also. If you have opened your book, please underline. So before I start my class, all of you, every day you open your books. So this definition is given in your book. Unemployment is a situation in which a person feels that he is employed. A person feels that he is employed. No, this is definition of disguised employed. Unemployment is a situation in which a person wants to do the work, he is willing to do the work, but he is unable to get any work for current wages. He is willing to do the work, but that work he is willing to do, in return what he wants? Wages and salary. He wants money. And if a person wants to do the work, but he is not getting, he is willing to do the work, but he is not getting any work due to lack of employment opportunities, that situation is known as situation of unemployment. Now children, try to understand the difference between unemployment and sitting idle. Take for example, if take I will give you my example only. Suppose today I am teaching in a school. In return I am getting salary. But I decide today that now I don't want to go to school. I'll just remain home and I will do my household work. So am I unemployed? I'm not doing any work. No. Here I am not unemployed because here I am not willing to do the work. Isn't it? Because I've left my work by my own wish, by my own will. So in this situation, I am not unemployed. We can give many other examples also that suppose suppose few some family or families there, in that family they have lot of money, they are very rich, and the children, though they are grown up, they are educated also, but they are not doing any work because they feel that we having lot of money, we don't need to do any work. Without work also we can enjoy our life, and just they are sitting idle and just not doing anything. Are they unemployed? No, they are not unemployed. They are not unemployed because they are not willing to do work for a given wage or a salary. But suppose, just now I have given my example, but suppose after a few years I realize that now I am fed up of sitting idle at home. I want to rejoin my services. And at that time, I am applying in various schools but I am not getting any job. So in that situation, I will come in category of unemployed. So please try to understand. Unemployment is a situation in which a person is willing to work at a given wage, but due to lack of employment opportunities, he or she is not able to find the work. So this situation is known as situation of unemployment. So unemployment is like the wastage of resources. In our country, there are many people, those who are willing to work, they are educated also, some are illiterate also. They are willing to work, but they are not getting any work. So these people are like liability on the country and they are resources. But as they are not doing any work, we are doing wastage of our resources. Our human resources are getting wasted because they are not getting any work. These things. So now, this unemployment is divided into two types. There are two types of unemployment in our country. This question comes in your exam. The question can start from define unemployment. In that, you have to write the answer just now what I've explained you. It is given directly in your book also. And it can also come for your 5 marks that define unemployment and discussed the different types of unemployment. So if this question comes, you have to write, you have to mention and discuss various type of unemployments. So now we will discuss what are the different types of unemployment. Unemployment is divided into two parts, rural unemployment and urban unemployment. Rural unemployment consists of seasonal unemployment and disguised unemployment. And urban unemployment consists of educated unemployment. Now children let us discuss all these things one by one. So first we will start with the division of rural unemployment, that is seasonal unemployment. So the term seasonal unemployment is same as it is written. Seasonal means this unemployment occurs in various seasons. Now children, when I taught you the story of village Palampur, in that I taught that agriculture or farming is a seasonal activity. The farmers, they mostly have the work in sowing and harvesting season when they sow the seeds and when they cut the crops. And in the rest part of the year, they don't have any employment. So the farmers are seasonally unemployed in the time of the year, in that part of the year where they don't have any work. They have more work in only sowing and harvesting season. In the rest part of the year, they are unemployed. So that type of unemployment is known as seasonal unemployment. And this unemployment mostly prevails in rural area. Now the second unemployment which mostly prevails in rural area is disguised unemployment. This definition, first we will start with definition and then I will explain you what is disguised unemployment. So children, disguised unemployment is situation in which a person feels that he is employed but he is not employed in reality because his contribution to the total production is nil. He is not contributing at all to the total production which is done in a country. This is known as disguised unemployment. Another name of disguised unemployment is hidden unemployment. It is not directly seen, it is hidden. And one more name is under unemployment. Children, please understand this because this thing you are going to study in class 10th also, disguised unemployment. So I think all of you must not have understood disguised unemployment with definition. I will explain you with help of an example, then it will be clear to you. Take for example, in village a family is there. In that family, 4 brothers are there and they are having 10 hectares of land or somehow. And in that part of land, all the 4 brothers are regularly going in the farm and they are doing the work. Whatever. Sometimes they are regularly going, sometimes 2 brothers go, 2 brothers they remain at home. But they feel that they are employed because they are working in their own farm. Suppose from that 4 brothers, 2 of them they were preparing for government job and they get a job in railway and one brother gets a job in bank and they leave the village and they go out for doing their work. Then you will think that now what will happen, agriculture production will go down, what will happen of that family, how they will earn. No, this is not the reality. You see what will happen? When if the rest two brothers who are in the village, they go in their farm and they do all the work of that hectare of land very easily, and there is no effect on total production, because the work which was done by the four brothers, it was easily done by the two of them. That means the four brothers who were involved, their contribution to total production was nil. That work was only of the two brothers. Only two family members could complete that work. There was no need of the whole family to be involved in that. So this is the situation of agricultural sector in our country at present also. People, those who are involved in agricultural activities, those who are not so educated, they have their own landed property and they don't have any other option. They feel that at least we can work in our farms and earn for the family. And they go and work in the farms because and they are not required at all. If they give their contribution to any other field, they can earn the money. But as they have no option, they do the work in the agricultural field. There's requirement of very few people. But then also, most of the people in our country still are involved in agricultural activities because in our country, illiteracy is there. But to work in the farming sector, no skill and training is required. So people are involved over there and their contribution in the total production is nil. So this type of disguised unemployment prevails in our villages at present also. So this is the very important, we can say, that type of unemployment prevailing in our country. Now this is disguised unemployment. Hope you have understood. Now next is, after we have discussed the two unemployment, disguised and seasonal. This comes in category of rural unemployment. Now children will discuss about urban unemployment. In urban unemployment comes educated unemployment. Educated unemployment means in our country you see that there are thousands of graduates and postgraduates. Many children who have completed their degrees, they have taken technical education, but then also they are unemployed due to lack of employment opportunities. And you see that due to this, the problem of brain drain is there in our country. Brain drain means people of our country are leaving India and they are working in the foreign countries. And always we are saying that we are having dearth of technology. We lack technology in our country. This is not so. The people those who are taking technical education, due to lack of employment opportunities, they are leaving our country and doing job in the foreign country. And this type of educated unemployment prevails in our country. So educated unemployment is type of wastage of resources. The people who have taken degrees, who are educated, but due to lack of employment opportunities, they cannot give their efforts in our country, and this does not lead to development of our country. Children, you see that different children, those who are IITians, they're taking the degrees, good engineers, good doctors. Mostly you see that instead of working in India, they go out in foreign country and they show their efficiency over there. Though they are in our country, but they give their contribution in other country because they don't get good employment in our country. So this is known as educated unemployment. So today children, we have discussed about the different types of unemployment. In that we discussed seasonal, disguised, and we also discussed educated unemployment. Now children, this is just the end of the lesson. The last part, the concluding part of the lesson is impact of unemployment in Indian economy. Very simple. When people will be unemployed, as I told you that it is like a wastage of resources. The country will never develop because human capital is not there. Human capital is not involved. That economy will be depressed economy. It can never be a developed economy. So to develop our economy, this wastage of human resources should be stopped and most of the people should be employed. This is a conclusion of the chapter. Now, in next lecture, in a doubt session, we'll discuss about the different doubts and confusions that you're having. And your homework will be, you have to write, define unemployment. This question you have to write. Second, mention and discuss the different types of unemployment in our country. These are the two questions. And the third question is, what is the impact of unemployment in the development of a country? these 3 long questions, and rest, as I always tell you, from my taught portion you have to prepare at least 10 MCQs. So for today children, it is enough. We'll continue our doubt section in the next class. Thank you children.